Now, Darin and Anita with your Grand Strand Artist Spotlight.
Ladies and gentlemen, back from the break, Darin and Anita on Grand Strand. Our Spotlight segment is what we're going into. And, folks, I'm going to tell you this lady was in the Carolinas, and she toured the Carolinas up. And back in L.A., on the line with me is Miss Edna Wright of the Honeycombs. Edna, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm not a year older. Oh, God, thank God. I'm the same age I was the last time you saw me.
There
so
you
I'm
go.
doing good. I'm still holding on.
Holding on.
It's really good to be home. It was good to work with the girls a couple weeks ago. It was good to see them and laugh and talk about our clothes and didn't I miss them, and I told them, no, but then we know better. I really did. It's just fun being with them and hanging. They all wanted to take me out to dinner, so we went to dinner. My sister was here, by the way.
Now, how was that? Your sister being Darlene Love, for those who don't know, what's it like spending time with your sister?
That was wonderful. I spent a wonderful week with her. She came in, kidnapped me one night, and I stayed at the hotel with her, and we walked all on Hollywood Boulevard and just had a real blast and had dinner. And the next day, she made me go over so I could meet the cast for Hairspray.
Wow.
The new cast. And it was, Darren, I wish you could have flown in for it.
Man.
Golly. It was one of the most awesome casts. And, I was in New York when she was doing her run. She did a 2-year run, 2006, 2007, and I think she ended in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. I think those were the years because 2008 of April, we left the show, and that was a phenomenal cast. But this was the original cast.
Yes.
Well, at least 3 of the originals. The girl that plays Tracy and the guy that plays Edna, and they were incredible. Can you believe, guys, the brothers, Jonas Brothers?
The Jonas
he
Brothers.
He played the baby brother, he played the lead role as Link. Tracy's, her to-be boyfriend, and who else? John Stamos.
Wow.
He played in there, as the record producer. So not only did I get a chance to meet them, but when they found out that I was Edna Wright, my goodness, conversations just went that the director had to go like, okay, wait, what's going on back there?
We got to stop here for a second. We got to stop and let you and get you guys back on track because you done took off with Edna Wright here.
Right. So it was so fun and incredible people. They had a dinner party for us at Tracy's house where I lived in Toluca Lake, and it was just awesome. We had so much fun, and I got a chance to tell John Stamos, which I always say when I meet an actor. Right. I'll say, "Oh my God, I love your body of work." And he looked at me and he said, "I just knew you were going to say you love my body." And I said, "Get out!"
I love it.
It was incredible. So I came back and it was just incredible.
Since you got back to L.A., it seems like vacation might have been what happened for you when you were in the Carolinas because you're back out there and it's like you're back in that L.A. scene and limelight, I think is what it is.
Darren, if I brought anybody, usually if a friend of mine comes from South, wherever they are, they come here, and the places I take them and the people that they meet with me, they go like, my God, everybody knows you. And I go like, not really. I've been in L.A. all my life.
Right.
And in between of being famous as a Honeycomb, and it really was big, And I think sometimes I don't realize how big it was because I just enjoyed the ride. And I think when you're enjoying stuff, you just sort of put everything together in it. The church, my dad's church. I never not was a part of that. I was a part of his young people. I was a part of all of the kids that were there. So whatever I did, I made sure that they got in to see the shows and stuff, So
right.
I'm like a person that incorporates everybody that let's hang out,
Yeah, have a good time with it.
Yeah. That's my life. That's who I am, I may be a lot of other crazy things, but the best part of me is I'm a social boy. I can be socially, and I love people. I really do.
Edna, when you were here right before you went back to L.A., I got to hang out with you a little bit, sort of in that same thing, and we had some, I'm going to tell everybody, we had some chicken wings together.
Okay.
And hanging out.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. I got to hang out with 3 great ladies, actually. It was a very interesting evening, and I got to know you a lot.
It was.
It was, and I got to know you a lot better just talking to you about what you were saying and your dad and the church and how it all started with you. And man, it's just, if anybody ever gets to talk to you and gets to know you like I did, it's sort of as a person, I guess, and as a person that you see on stage, that I got to know you a little bit. You're just an incredible person, a down-to-earth person.
Thank God. I don't. You know what? To whom much is given, much is required.
Exactly.
And therefore, everything that I have been given, I feel like if I don't give it back, then I can't be filled up back again.
Exactly.
So most people, they want to hold on to what they know, and they end up being dried and eventually dying and not having the wealth of people. I could die poor tomorrow.
Right.
But I'll probably have a packed out funeral because of the people's lives
that you've
lives
touched.
Of people that I've touched, that I've inspired. Just for instance, Taz introduced me to so many wonderful people: Dan next door, Sharon, Keith, Barry and his Teresa, and the other Teresa and her grandson, and they were all phenomenal people. I felt blessed just being around them,
right,
just
exactly.
laughing, having little pool parties. And then the incredible part about it was that in where was it? Outdoor, where the train rolls in the back. That was crazy. Selma, and I mean, they all showed up, and it was incredible. So I got a chance to give a shout out to Barry and Dan and everybody, and it was just, when people, it's one thing for people to come and around you when everything is free and stuff like that, but then when they take that next step and come and see you, that's saying a heck of a lot.
Yeah,
that is saying a lot to me. So I thank God for acquiring their friendship, and I will never forget it, and I will always be just embraced by you guys. You made South Carolina a whole another picture for me. Not that I had a bad picture.
Right.
But it was just a great picture.
Told you more about the folks.
It was like I was at home.
Yeah, told you about the folks who are here in the Carolinas and that kind of thing. Let me ask you this. I know since you're back in L.A., and we talked about you earlier being busy and you're out and you're enjoying things with your sister, which is Darlene Love, folks, if you didn't know that. But you're out and you're seeing all those folks. Well, here's the things that you've got coming up, I believe, in L.A. Now, we've talked off the air, so I'm going to bring some of these up, and you can tell me what you think.
Sure.
Now, in November, you're going to be with your sister, Darlene Love. You've got on a cruise line or something like that. Is that right? You
know what? I'm not sure if the cruise is in November or in February.
Okay.
The cruise that we're taking for 10 days.
I got you.
But I'm working with her this year on her Christmas show in December. She usually does about 7 or 8 shows in the month of December.
Wow.
And this year I'm going to be her opening act.
Okay.
Hey.
There you go.
So I'm doing all the shows with her, including her Christmas show, which I'm going to send you some live feed.
Yeah. There you go. We want to see that, man. We'd love to bring the folks a live feed of Edna Wright and Darlene Love.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell her that I'm going to have my own cameraman there, Greg Perry, and I'm going to have him do some shots, and then we're going to send them to you. How about that?
There you go, and we can pass them along to the listeners and let folks see that. All right, well, let me ask you this now. You were talking about, and I got to tell a funny story because when I called you yesterday, I called you on your daughter's phone first, and today we talked about it. She butt dialed me. If anybody's ever done that. Yeah. and I think everybody's probably done that once in their life, and you got somebody on the other end.
I'm sure.
But you're going to be working with your daughter, too, some with the honeycombs, right?
Yeah. We're doing 2 shows. Melody does a Christmas special here in L.A. every year. This year we're doing it a little bit differently, and it'll be in November.
Okay.
And then we're doing the boat cruise, just the honeycomb. And I think we got a comedian, my son's friend. He's going to be the comedian on it, and we're doing a live cruise because people have been wanting to see me. They thought I was going to do September again,
right,
like I did last year. So my nieces are getting together, and they pulled this boat, huge boat in Long Beach out, and I'm going to be on that with a live band and the whole bit. So everybody wants to come, so it should be a blast. next month, September.
September. Well, I'm going to tell you, here you are, Carolinas, and when we did the interview out on the lake when you were here in the Carolinas and we were talking about that, I said, you fly from one coast to the next coast, one coast to the next coast. You're doing
That's
it.
Right.
And at that same time, right when that was going on, I think you had just went to, with your sister, Darlene Love, to the Waldorf Astoria in New York when she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So you're just all over the place.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
I thank God for that. Just for the ability to go and do and be a part of something. And my sister, she's kind of like, especially since my mom died, which was some years ago,
right.
But she always used to send for my mom and me. And we would fly wherever she was when she was opening. And so she had purpose in her heart when she was nominated for them, if she got in, that I was going to be there, front row and center. And those are some extremely expensive tickets. And the girl got off of it and sent for me, and it was fun. So I always tell her, I said, I can buy my own ticket. You just take care of everything else. I'll get my own ticket up and back. Because it's a lot. We have, my sister's show is dynamite, but I have to tell you this. When Melody and I are on that show with my sister,
right.
It goes to another level. And my daughter is incredible. And to people that don't know, she did the lead role in Aida on Broadway.
Right.
And when Heather Headley left, she left Nina Simone's daughter, and then Melody took it and then went on the road with it. So, and then she played Nala at the Pacific Pantages here in California, Los Angeles. So she is quite a talent and a writer and a singer of her own, So just having her with me is a blessing in itself. It really is.
Well, for the whole family to work together like that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this.
That's incredible.
The main man in your life, Mr. Greg Perry, the songwriter, and how's he doing? Because it was cool seeing him when you guys were out here.
Oh, I really, all the years in my life, being a honeycomb, he has never worked in that capacity.
Wow, that's cool.
He can do that. That's one of his gifts, getting a band together, because he usually had to get the band together when they were producing.
Right.
He had the job of getting the musicians to come to the studio. Right. Like in Detroit. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness, yeah.
He's tremendous on that, because I watched him do that with the executives in town with the chairman of the board when you guys were going to the House of Blues and all that. Yeah, it was just so cool because he put them on their game, man. I mean, it was just really, really good. And I think they enjoyed that, really, coming from Greg.
Listen, they call me back now, and even that, Melvin and Carrie, and they talk about, man, we sure missed you guys. We hope we're going to be working together again. But the one thing about it is that they were on top of their game, and they loved it. They loved, because Greg is really, really, he's real hard. And so it was really, it was great. It was great for us. It was great for them.
Well,
nobody missed a beat.
No, they did not.
Really good. But he's doing good. Greg is, as we speak, he is going into the studio. My son and my daughter both have a studio that's together.
Right. And
Greg is working in that studio on our new stuff. So hopefully we can have it done and finished by the end of September. And we already started one of the things. It's a great title. It's sort of like a rocker ballad.
Right.
We did that. We got in the studio and finished that. So he wants to do a few things over on it. But I'm just excited about even getting in, Darin. I really am.
Get back in. I can't wait to hear new stuff from Edna Wright, because we talked about that when you were here, and we talked on the camera interview that we have on our website. Talked with you about what you might be doing in the Carolinas, a song for the Carolina Beach music market, and I just can't wait to hear everything that you got going on.
Me either. I can't wait till it's finished. It just started, done. He did the track. He's done the track on it. Now all we have to do is he wants to tweak some things, and then I'll put my voice on it. Mm-hmm. So you'll be the first one. You will be, because you have to let me know if it's going to be good for shagging or whatever.
Let us know. We'll try to help you out.
That's right. I need my fans. Oh, God, let me give a shout-out to Cindy and to Stephanie and to everybody out in South Carolina that I love and miss so much, really, really.
Well, I tell you, the Carolinas love you, Edna.
Darin, you guys, to say the least, you were a blessing to know and to meet, and I will cherish it the rest of my life.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if we can ever get together, me and Anita and our better halves will try to get to L.A. and see a show. That's what I want. I want to come to L.A. and see a show. Because what you just told me, the folks you know in L.A., you're with the shakers and the movers and the shakers. I want to meet some of those folks. And we come out
crazy people.
Thank you so much for taking the time to bring us up to date and what's going on with Edna Wright, since you're not in the Carolinas and you're back in L.A. and we're waiting to see you back in the Carolinas. But thank you so much for calling in and letting us know what's happening with you.
Thank you so much for asking and being in touch with me like this. It really makes my day. And when 5 minutes to 2 came around, I was like, oh, let me sit down. So I sat down in the kitchen and waited for your call. Now, you know that is love.
That is love. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for loving us and the show and just everything. You make me excited, Edna. You make me excited.
Oh, Darin, thank you. And tell your co-host, I look forward to meeting her also. I really do. I didn't get a chance to.
I will tell her that when I talk to her this week. Right now, Edna, let's give them one of your hits. Here it is, Stick Up. It's Highway Robbery. Edna, thank you so much.
Listen, thank you so much, Darin, for calling, and I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Strand, a music evolution.